Yeah,
man. Back onto the new conversations, man.
So
where we left off at?
Well, what we were saying before was how crazy it is how Gunna snitched on Young Thug, and apparently, from what I hear, Gunna is still working with Young Thug. Like, he's still on his label.
I heard that he's still signed to the label.
So that means that it's gonna have to be strictly business from here on in, I guess. What would you suggest?
I would say it was business, and it was probably locked in for amount of time now for that contract. You know, these labels, they have a year span, a couple year spans for a couple millions. You know, so whatever they agreed to with that contract, they're locked in before that. So basically run out of time.
Well, I mean, look, I feel like, you know, Thug's gonna be coming hard on him for them albums, pause. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's probably is what it's gonna be. What y'all think about Lil TJ smoking in that dude's Airbnb? Obviously, if you bring Snoop Dogg to your house and you tell him not to light a blunt in it, he's just gonna laugh at you. You know, pretty much people are gonna do what they're gonna do, and that should have been talked about before they even came. Lil TJ blew the smoke right in his face.
Right in his face, and said, "Hey, basically, you, man."
He didn't care.
Because it's all about who you are.
Hype Boy Max invites Lil TJ and Fabio Foreign over to his Airbnb. And Lil TJ supposedly said he only came there to be there for Fabio Foreign. He didn't know who the Max guy was. And when they came to the Airbnb, he wasn't able to smoke weed in there. If you're going to have famous rappers over at your crib, they're going to want to smoke weed. That's obvious.
He's bigger than him. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows Lil TJ. Shout out to TJ.
You just got to know when you're outranked.
When you're outranked, you're out level, you're out.
And if it was actually,
he's outfamed for sure.
And if it was actually an Airbnb, hypothetically,
y'all have money.
Isn't it just going to charge us money to smoke in there?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, so then it's a famous rapper who has millions of dollars. Couldn't you just told him to put 10,000 up? Lil TJ don't care.
He doesn't care.
He'll drop 50 racks just to smoke.
He'll call Ice Spice because that was one of his biddies for 1 second. He didn't hit that. You know, he'll call her
Spizz Ice, huh? He'll call Ice Spizz Ice real quick. He's jacking that B. He's totally jacking that.
He's jacking the swag B.
So you say basically TJ was jacking that when it came to Ice Spice? He was jacking that?
Yeah.
B? He was totally jacking that?
He was on there. He was beating them doonies down.
Straight up, dude.
The thick Ice Spice, not the vanilla one.
So how y'all feel about Kendrick performing at the Super Bowl? Man, I guess it's going to be Kendrick's time this year at the Super Bowl.
Man, I heard that Kendrick was supposed to perform, booted out Wayne. You know, it's the wrong thing to do. That's his hometown.
Dude, don't you think Wayne should be the one performing, dude?
Yeah, man.
Think about it?
I feel like he's supposed to be performing, but hey, some people some people think his skills ain't all that great now because he's older.
Well, they said that Wayne can't remember none of his lyrics and he's older now. And it's a lot different when you're performing the Chiefs versus Eagles Super Bowl and you got a stadium, because see, these rappers can perform easily on stage in a small, intimate environment and venue. But when it comes to being at a stage where you're literally at an arena, these fans want to see all types of stuff. Why do you think that Usher has such a crazy thing where he goes and flies in the air? Chris Brown and all these people have to outdo it every year because you're in a stadium and you're in an arena. So, you can't just stand there and rap your song. They're going to look at you like you lost your mind. You look at what Snoop Dogg did that one year. It is what it is. But anyway, I mean, Kendrick, he kind of earned it with that Not Like Us, huh? But I'll tell you something, they wouldn't be letting Kendrick perform at the Super Bowl if he didn't make Not Like Us. What you think, bro?
Because think about it. Jay-Z is beefing with the other Carter. They're both Carters, right? New York versus New Orleans. Does he want to backstab him and hit him with that West Side beef? That West Coast of New Orleans, down South beef? That's a new beef because you guys ain't peeping. If you really think about it, that's a new beef that Jay-Z's behind he could really create in the rap game, because usually it was East Coast versus the West Coast. So if you think about it, the East Coast, you going to stir some shit with some whole other niggas. One has something to do with it. The other nigga don't got nothing to do with it. Kendrick got something to do with it because he's supposed to be the one performing. Lil Wayne, they're just bringing him up because he's the OG. He a legend from over there. It's his home city. So really he ain't got nothing to do with it. But creating a beef that they had brought Wayne to an interview, and they had asked him They said, "Hey, how do you feel about not being chosen to be performing the Super Bowl and you're at your home city?" Oh well, I didn't know. Da, 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 da. He said what he said. I don't know what he said. Don't quote me on it. Okay, I'm just saying, peep, y'all, peep.
Now, on other news, this just in, the gruesome discovery of 215 bodies buried in unmarked graves behind a jail outside of Jackson, Mississippi, has left community in disbelief. The families are angry. Their loved ones were buried in so-called paupers' graves, marked by just a metal rod and a number, which was, I guess, their prison number. And the families were notified of their death just recently. So these people might have been buried for years, and this was
Stop
on
playing.
January 10th, 2024. Yeah, apparently hundreds of people are buried in numbered graves in a pauper's graveyard near the Hinds County Detention Center in Hinds County Penal Farm. Isn't that crazy, y'all? Think about it. You're in Jackson, Mississippi. You get killed by a cop. They don't call your family. They just bury you behind a jail.
Oh, that's tough.
Bro, I mean, talk about corrupt cops, dude. But Jackson, Mississippi's always been on some racist stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That's where they did have slavery down there. It's the South.
I mean, Jackson, Mississippi is crazy anyway.
It's crazy out there. It's real.
It says right here, Jackson, Mississippi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Jackson, Mississippi got nothing but homicides, bro. One after another down in Jackson. One day ago, Jackson police charged woman in fatal shooting in Jackson, Mississippi.
A woman shooting is wild.
Jackson police arrested a 25-year-old woman in connection to the shooting and death of another woman, I mean. Detective Tommy Brown with the Jackson Police Department, JPD, said the shooting occurred in the 100 block of Woodway Drive around 12:30 a.m. on Wednesday, January 29th. Literally last night. All right?
Wow.
Do your homework. So the victim was pronounced deceased at the local hospital. Dude, Jackson, Mississippi's wilding right now.
Yeah.
Straight up. Who you got going into the Super Bowl, bro? The Chiefs
okay.
or the Eagles?
Okay, I'm glad we actually got to this subject finally. I'm going to have to go with 100% the Chiefs. Only because they made it this far for the third time. I know they say, hey, a team never ever did this, the three-peat ever in the history of football. I do know that Mahomes is really great. I know that Hurts from the Eagles is really great. But I do believe there's too much money behind Kansas City Chiefs for them to lose at this time. You know what I'm saying? It's three-peat. No one ever done it. Come on, bring the history, man. 2025, new history starts.
Are you telling me this is the first time anybody went to the Super Bowl 3 times ever?
Yes, in one. So I don't think they're really gonna do it in that aspect of thinking. But guess what? There's new shit happening all the time. We're breaking Michael Jordan's record.
Didn't they win both records?
We're breaking all these records.
Didn't they win the basketball?
No, it's basketball, but they're breaking records all through Tom Brady.
A lot of faith in Patrick Mahomes. I'm pretty
sure I'm gonna go ahead and put my parlay against Kansas City Chiefs, man.
Well,
if you can't beat them, you gotta join them.
The thing is, check like this, bro. Check it like this. The Super Bowl is a big topic, and the craziest thing is that they're having Kendrick, one of the best artists in the world, perform there. And I think there's a lot of bandwagoning fans going on Kendrick ever since he dropped Squabble Up, Not Like Us, in that new album. You feel me, bro?
True. Yeah. I mean, the album's pretty good because it's pretty popular. If I didn't know the songs and I didn't hear it, I would not feel or even think that they were that hard or that good. That's just because the promo behind that guy is like really extreme. When you're beefing with a man like Drake, man, the fame just gets bigger. We all, as fans, watch, we see, and we don't see the things that y'all put out, you know, and we're going to judge it 100% because we have nothing else to do. Y'all already got money. Y'all the one creating the beef. We just sitting back watching. You know what I'm saying? Right? So, I got fingers pointing at Drake in a bad way, and I got fingers pointing out in a good way. K-Dot, he didn't really take too much of an L as far as like Drake's lyrics. I don't know the dirt they say he hangs around. I don't know if they say he hangs around some rats or something. I don't even know. I know that they say Drake's a that's worse to me. I mean, shit. I don't know the facts.
So where's any proof on Drake being a
It's the paper. It's the people. No, it's the people that he hangs around.
Was he on the Epstein's Island?
And I'm gonna be honest with you. If you guys really be real with yourself, be real with yourself. he has so much money. If all he can keep around him that's a gangster is a that's black or from his area or someone that he knows, so be it. Because no one else that's actually a real that has good paperwork is gonna want to stay around without trying to kill him or rob him for the money. He's gonna end
I
up
mean, think
dead.
about it. If you were Drake, right? You have to surround yourself with a bunch of people who done PC'd up when they went in jail because if you get around real gangbangers and they're gonna rob Drake.
Way too much money. His bed's worth 300,000. When you sleep on the Ferrari, then what the?
If Drake was to come here unarmed with no security, he would not make it out of here. That's just a fact.
That's just a fact, man.
Now I see a video of 6ix9ine getting jumped. First, what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch the video, and then I got some things to say. Couple things I want to point out. For one, the dude holding the cameras claims to be a fan, but he didn't go get any police, anybody from the gym staff, and he didn't even try to help. He just stood there and recorded. Another thing I want to point out is when you're worth as much money as 6ix9ine, you should have the resources, the security with you at all times, the resources to work out in a private gym, a celebrity gym, which they have, instead of the lowest caliber of gyms, which is Planet Fitness. The internet is freaking shaky. You want to say LA Fitness? I want to say Planet Fitness. But either way, check this out. If I'm a millionaire, like 6ix9ine is, worth X $million, however $1 million he's worth, I would work out at a private gym. Would you not?
Yes, bro. That's all I would do. I'll sit there, train, get my mind right, meditate, get everything right I need to get done with my body. That is the truth, man. Come on.
If I'm famous and rich, why would I go anywhere like that alone? Taking underground tunnels, man. You're never gonna see me.
Went from box Chevys pulling up in Mr. Martins. Business shit, sports mode, bitch, that's how I park it. Okay, pull the clutch out one more time. Roll up this backwood, yeah, it's all mine. Got Gorilla Glue.